Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the moment we decide. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but right now. 2025 is my year. I'm claiming it and I'm owning it. I'm stepping into this year with purpose, with fire, and with unstoppable determination. I don't care what happened in the past. I don't care who doubted me, who left me, or who underestimated me. Those were just lessons, not losses. They were preparing me for this moment. I am not the same 2025 as not waiting for anyone. It is here, full of opportunities, challenges, and moments that can change your life forever. But here's the truth. Nothing will happen unless you claim it. You have to decide that this year belongs to you, that it's your year to rise, to thrive, and to create the life you've been dreaming about. No one is going to hand you this year on a silver platter. The calendar has changed, but the power to make this year extraordinary rests entirely with you. It's your mindset, your actions, and your determination that will define what 2025 becomes. Owning this year begins with a mindset shift. You have to stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect circumstances. There is no perfect time. If you're waiting for everything to align, you'll be waiting forever. The truth is, the moment you decide to take action is the moment the stars align for you. This is your time. Right here, right now. Stop telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow, next week, or next week. The only thing you truly have is today. Start where you are with what you have and trust that as you move forward, the path will become clearer. Taking ownership of this year also means taking control of your decisions. Every single choice you make, no matter how small, is a step toward your future. What time you wake up, how you spend your day, the people you surround yourself with, all of these choices add up. They either bring you closer to your goals or push you further away from them. The power is in your hands. You have to ask yourself every day, am I making decisions that align with the life I want? If the answer is no, it's time to adjust. This year is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about being intentional with your time, your energy, and your focus. When you claim 2025 as your year, you're also committing to breaking free from the limitations that have held you back. Too often, we let fear, doubt, and insecurity dictate our actions. We play small because we're afraid of failing or because we convince ourselves that we're not good enough. But this year, that has to stop. Fear is always going to be there, but you have to choose to act despite it. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward anyway. You have everything you need within you to succeed. The only thing standing in your way is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't. Rewrite that story. Tell yourself a new one where you are strong, capable, and destined for greatness. Owning this year also means letting go of excuses. It's time to stop blaming your circumstances, your past, or other people for where you are. Life isn't always fair. And it's true that some people start with more advantages than others. But dwelling on what you don't have will never get you closer to what you want. Instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on what you can do with what you have. There is power in taking responsibility for your life. When you stop making excuses, you take back control. You realize that while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. And that response is what shapes your future. Another key part of claiming this year is embracing the work that comes with it. Success isn't handed out, it's earned. It requires effort, consistency, and a willingness to push through discomfort. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when the obstacles seem too big and the progress too small. But those are the moments that define you. It's easy to stay committed when things are going well. The real test is whether you can keep going when it's hard. This year, commit to showing up for yourself every single day. Even when you're tired, even when you're discouraged, even when it feels like nothing is working. Because the truth is, every small step you take adds up. Progress may be slow, but it's still progress. And over time, those small steps will lead to big results. Taking ownership of 2025 also means being relentless about your goals. And don't just set them and forget them, keep them in front of you every day. Remind yourself why they matter. Visualize the life you're working toward and let that vision fuel your actions. And don't be afraid to dream big. This year isn't about settling or playing it safe. It's about going after what you truly want, not just what you think you can get. Push yourself, challenge yourself, believe that you are capable of more than you've ever achieved before. 2025 will not wait for you. The days will keep passing, the months will keep turning, whether you take action or not. But this is your chance to make this year different, to step up, to take control, and to create the life you deserve. It starts with a decision to own this year, to claim it as yours, and to do whatever it takes to make it extraordinary. This is your year. Make it count. The past is a teacher, not a prison. Whatever has happened before, whether it was filled with pain, failure, or disappointment, was meant to shape you, not to define you. To make 2025 your year, you must embrace this truth. Your past has lessons, not limits. It is easy to get trapped in a cycle of regret, replaying mistakes, missed opportunities, and setbacks in your mind. But living in the past will only rob you of the power you have in the present. You cannot change what happened yesterday, but you have absolute control over how you respond to it today. Think about the challenges you faced, the times you fell, the moments you felt broken, and the instances where it seemed like the world was against you. Those weren't just random hardships, they were experiences designed to teach you something. They revealed your resilience, your ability to endure, and your capacity to grow. The problem is that too often we focus on the pain instead of the progress. We dwell on what went wrong instead of recognizing how much stronger we've become because of it. This year, you have to reframe your perspective. Look back at your past not with regret, but with gratitude. See it as the foundation upon which you will build something extraordinary. Growth comes from learning, and learning comes from reflection. The only way to truly move forward is to take the time to understand what the past has taught you. What habits, behaviors, or mindsets held you back? What patterns do you see in your mistakes? Be honest with yourself, but don't be harsh. Self-awareness is not about beating yourself up, it's about equipping yourself to do better. If you failed in 2024, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you've discovered one way not to succeed. Use that knowledge to adjust your approach in 2025. Failure isn't final unless you refuse to learn from it. Letting go of the past also means releasing the weight of guilt and resentment. Guilt over what you didn't do, what you could have done better, or the opportunities you let slip away. Resentment toward the people who hurt you, the circumstances that seemed unfair, or the situations that didn't go your way. Carrying that baggage into 2025 will only slow you down. Imagine trying to climb a mountain with a heavy pack full of rocks on your back. That's what it feels like to hold on to guilt and resentment. It's time to unpack those rocks and leave them behind. Forgive yourself for your mistakes and forgive others for theirs. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve the freedom that comes with letting go. The beauty of focusing on the present is that it allows you to take control of your narrative. The past is written, but the story of 2025 hasn't been told yet. You are the author, and you have the power to decide what happens next. Every day is a blank page, and every choice you make is a word, a sentence, a paragraph in the story of your life. If you don't like how the last chapter ended, write a better one this year. Don't let the past dictate your future. You are not your mistakes, and you are not defined by the things that went wrong. You are defined by how you choose to rise after falling. Another key to moving beyond the past is focusing on the present moment. So many people spend their lives either stuck in the past or worrying about the future. They miss the power of the now. But the present is the only place where action happens. The present is where you plant seeds, make decisions, and build momentum. If you spend too much time looking back, you'll miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. 2025 is not going to wait for you to finish dwelling on what happened in 2024. The clock is ticking, and every second you spend in regret is a second you could have spent building something new. To truly focus on the present, you need to practice mindfulness. Be intentional about where you direct your thoughts and energy. When you catch yourself drifting back into the past, remind yourself that it's over. It can't hurt you unless you let it. Shift your focus to what you can control right now. What can you do today to move closer to your goals? What small step can you take in this moment to make 2025 your year? Progress doesn't come from wishing the past was different. It comes from taking action in the present. Let's also acknowledge that while the past can teach you, it can never define you unless you allow it to. Some of the greatest success stories were born out of failure, loss, and adversity. Think about the people who achieved incredible things despite their setbacks. The difference between them and everyone else is simple. They didn't let their past stop them. They didn't let their pain paralyze them. They used it as fuel. They turned their pain into purpose and their failures into stepping stones. You can do the same. Your past is not a chain, it's a ladder. Use it to climb higher in 2025. This is the year you stop letting your past hold you back and start using it as the foundation for your success. The lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the wisdom you've acquired, these are the tools that will help you build something extraordinary this year. The past is over, but the present is yours. And when you embrace the power of now, the possibilities for 2025 are limitless. To make 2025 your year, you must draw a line in the sand and decide that excuses will no longer have a place in your life. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to justify inaction, to explain away missed opportunities, or to give ourselves permission to remain in our comfort zones. They are the walls that separate us from our potential. This year it's time to tear those down. It's time to stop blaming circumstances, people, or even the past for where you are today. The only way forward is to take full responsibility for your life, your successes, your failures, your choices, and your outcomes. When you rely on excuses, you give away your power. You convince yourself that the obstacles in front of you are greater than your ability to overcome them. You let external factors dictate your actions and your mindset. But the truth is you have far more control than you realize. Yes, life throws challenges at us, some big, some small. Yes, there are moments when things feel unfair, when the odds seem stacked against us. But the reality is this: no matter what life throws at you, you always have a choice in how you respond. You can let excuses hold you back, or you can decide to rise above them. Taking responsibility starts with acknowledging your role and where you are today. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that has gone wrong. It's not about guilt or self-punishment. It's about recognizing that while you may not be able to control every event in your life, you can control your actions, your decisions, and your attitude. If you're not where you want to be, ask yourself why. Is it because of a lack of effort, a fear of failure, or a reluctance to step outside your comfort zone? Be brutally honest with yourself. The answers may not be easy to hear, but they are necessary for growth. Excuses often stem from fear of failing, fear of being judged, fear of the unknown. It's easier to say, I can't because of this, than to face the possibility of falling short. But here's the thing: failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. Failure teaches you, it pushes you to grow. It shows you what doesn't work so you can find what does. But when you make excuses, you rob yourself of the chance to learn, to adapt, and to become better. This year, commit to facing your fears head on. Don't let them become the foundation for your excuses. Another common source of excuses is the tendency to compare ourselves to others. We look at someone else's success and think they have more resources, more talent, or more luck than I do. But comparison is a trap. It distracts you from your journey and gives you another reason to justify inaction. The truth is, everyone has their own challenges, their own struggles, and on their own path. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on improving yourself. The only competition that matters is the one between who you are today and who you were yesterday. Excuses can also come from a victim mentality, the belief that life is happening to you rather than for you. It's easy to blame external circumstances for your struggles. I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, or I wasn't given the same opportunities as others. While these challenges may be real, they don't have to define you. Many people have risen above incredible odds to achieve success because they refuse to let their circumstances dictate their future. They took ownership of their lives and found a way forward, no matter how difficult it seemed. You have that same ability within you. It's not about ignoring the challenges you face, it's about finding ways to overcome them. Taking responsibility also means being proactive. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you, go out and create them. Don't wait for the right time to start now, even if the conditions aren't perfect. Progress comes from action, and action starts with a decision to take control. Stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems, to motivate you, or to give you a chance. This is your life, and no one is coming to save you. If you want something, go after it with everything you have. Eliminating excuses requires discipline. It means holding yourself accountable for your actions and your results. It means looking at the areas of your life where you're falling short and asking yourself what you can do to change them. It's not easy, but it's worth it. When you stop making excuses, you reclaim your power. You realize that you are in control of your destiny, and you gain the confidence to take bold steps toward your goals. This year, every time you catch yourself making an excuse, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is it a story I'm telling myself? What can I do to change the situation instead of just accepting it? Remember, excuses might feel comforting in the moment, but they won't get you closer to your goals. Action will. Take responsibility, take action, and watch how your life transforms. Fear is a constant companion in life, but it doesn't have to be your master. To make 2025 your year, you must decide to act despite fear. Fear is natural. It's hardwired into us as a survival mechanism and often feels overwhelming because it taps into the part of us that craves certainty and safety. But fear, when unchecked, becomes a cage, a self-imposed boundary that keeps you from stepping into your potential. This year, it's time to break out of that cage and take bold steps forward, even when your heart races, even when doubt whispers in your ear. But the first thing to understand about fear is that it rarely reflects reality. Most fears are built on what-if scenarios, imagined disasters, and worst-case outcomes. We fear failure because we imagine it will bring shame or rejection. We fear change because we're unsure of what lies ahead. But when you confront fear, you often find it is hollow. The outcomes you dreaded either don't materialize or aren't nearly as devastating as you expected. What's worse is that the time spent fearing those outcomes often causes more harm than the outcomes themselves. Fear is a signal, not a stop sign. When you feel fear, it doesn't mean you should retreat or give up. Instead, it means you're stepping into something unfamiliar or challenging, something that has the potential to stretch you, to teach you, and to help you grow. This year, let fear be your compass. If something scares you but aligns with your goals, it's a sign that you're on the right path. Fear only arises when there's something at stake, something worth pursuing. If your dreams don't scare you, they're probably not big enough. One of the most paralyzing fears is the fear of failure. No one likes to fail, but avoiding failure at all costs means avoiding success too. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey to success. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of lessons learned from failure. Think of fear not as a wall, but as a doorway, a threshold you must cross to reach the next level. Yes, you might stumble as you step through, but stumbling is better than standing still. Every time you confront failure, you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Fear of judgment is another powerful force that holds people back. How often do we silence our dreams or shrink our ambitions because we're worried about what others will think? The truth is, most people are too preoccupied with their own lives to judge you as harshly as you imagine. And even if they do judge you, their opinions don't define your worth. This year, commit to living for yourself, not for the approval of others. Don't let the fear of being judged stop you from taking action. At the end of the day, the people who matter will support you and the rest are irrelevant. Overcoming fear doesn't mean you won't feel it. It means you act anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite it. Courage is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger the more you use it. Start small if you need to, but start. Face your fears one step at a time. Each time you do, you'll gain confidence and prove to yourself that fear doesn't have to control you. With every victory, no matter how small, you chip away at the power fear holds over you. Another critical aspect of facing fear is changing your relationship with discomfort. Fear often arises when we're about to step outside our comfort zones, and that's where real growth happens. Staying in your comfort zone may feel safe, but it's also where dreams go to die. This year, embrace discomfort. Lean into the unease of trying something new, taking a risk, or pursuing a goal that feels just out of reach. Discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of pushing through it can last a lifetime. Visualization is a powerful tool for overcoming fear. Instead of fixating on what could go wrong, focus on what could go right. Picture yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, and living the life you want. Let that vision become stronger than your fear. When you keep your eyes on the prize, fear becomes a minor obstacle rather than an insurmountable barrier. Use your imagination to fuel your courage, not your doubt. It's also important to remember that fear is not unique to you. Everyone feels fear, even the most successful people. The difference is that successful people don't let fear stop them. They acknowledge it, understand it, and move forward anyway. You can do the same. You don't need to wait for the fear to disappear, it won't. But you can decide that your goals, dreams, and aspirations are more important than your fears. Let 2025 be the year you stop letting fear dictate your actions. Finally, surround yourself with people who encourage you to be brave. Fear can feel isolating, but you're not alone. Find a community of like-minded individuals who are also striving to overcome their fears and achieve their goals. Share your challenges with them and draw strength from their support. When you're surrounded by people who believe in you, fear loses its grip. This year, choose to act despite fear. Choose to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to embrace the journey ahead. Fear may always be present, but it doesn't have to lead the way. Making 2025 your year means embracing persistence as your guiding principle. The road to success is never smooth or predictable, and challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable. But these moments are not the end. They are opportunities to grow stronger, to prove your resilience, and to demonstrate your commitment to your goals. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who have never faced hardship. They are the ones who refuse to give up, no matter how difficult the journey became. If you want 2025 to be the year you achieve your dreams, you must commit to persistence with every fiber of your being. Persistence is about continuing to move forward even the odds seem stacked against you. It's about showing up every day, even when you feel like quitting. It's about putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how slow the progress may seem. Success is not about instant gratification. It's about sustained effort over time. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but true persistence is tested in the moments when the path feels uphill, when the results aren't immediate, and when the doubts start creeping in. These are the moments that define your character and determine your future. To cultivate persistence, you must start by developing a clear vision of what you want to achieve. When you know your why, it becomes easier to keep going when the going gets tough. A compelling vision gives you a sense of purpose and direction. It reminds you that the struggles you face today are temporary and that the rewards of staying the course are worth every sacrifice. Write down your goals, visualize the life you want to create, and keep that vision at the forefront of your mind. Let it fuel your determination when challenges arise. One of the biggest enemies of persistence is the temptation to give up when progress is slow. In our fast-paced world, we're conditioned to expect instant results. But meaningful success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over weeks, months, or even years. Understand that every small step you take brings you closer to your goal, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Celebrate small wins along the way and trust that the process is working even when you can't see the full picture. Persistence is about playing the long game and staying committed no matter how long it takes. Another key to persistence is learning to adapt. Persistence doesn't mean stubbornly sticking to a plan that isn't working. It means being flexible enough to change your approach while staying committed to your end goal. If you encounter obstacles, don't view them as signs to stop. View them as opportunities to learn and grow. Analyze what went wrong, adjust your strategy, and try again. Every setback contains a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to success. The ability to adapt and persist in the face of challenges is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall short. Persistence also requires mental toughness. Your mindset plays a critical role in how you handle adversity. If you allow self-doubt or negativity to take over, it becomes easy to lose motivation and give up. Instead, focus on cultivating a resilient mindset. Remind yourself of your strengths, your past achievements, and your ability to overcome difficulties. Surround yourself with positivity, whether that's through the people you associate with, the content you consume, or the affirmations you repeat to yourself. Your thoughts have power, and maintaining a positive, determined mindset is essential for staying persistent. Discipline is another crucial element of persistence. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the work, when motivation is low and distractions are high. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early to work on your goals, staying focused when others are giving into distractions, and prioritizing long-term success over short-term comfort. Discipline and persistence go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. It's also important to recognize that persistence is not a solitary journey. Surround yourself with people who support and inspire you. Seek out mentors, peers, and friends who share your drive and who will encourage you to keep going when times get tough. The right support system can make all the difference, providing you with motivation, accountability, and perspective. Conversely, distance yourself from negativity and naysayers who undermine your efforts. Protect your energy and focus on building an environment that fosters persistence and growth. Finally, persistence requires self-compassion. There will be times when you stumble, when you make mistakes, or when you fall short of your expectations. In these moments, it's easy to be overly critical of yourself and to let guilt or shame derail your progress. But persistence is not about being perfect. It's about getting back up every time you fall. Treat yourself with kindness and patience, and recognize that setbacks are a normal part of the journey. What matters most is your ability to rise again, to keep moving forward, and to stay committed to your goals. In 2025, let persistence be your superpower. Decide that no matter what challenges come your way, you will keep going. Trust that every effort you make, no matter how small, is building towards something greater. Commit to showing up every day, even when it's hard, even when progress is slow, and even when the odds feel overwhelming. Remember, persistence is not just a trait, it's a choice. And it's a choice that will transform your life. Believing in yourself is not just a feel-good sentiment, it is the cornerstone of every success story. To make 2025 your year, you must cultivate an unshakable belief in your abilities, your vision, and your potential. Belief is the foundation upon which action is built. Without it, even the best plans falter. With it, obstacles seem smaller, opportunities seem greater, and the drive to keep moving forward becomes unstoppable. It all starts in your mind because how you see yourself determines how you show up in the world. Self-belief begins with self-awareness. To believe in yourself, you first need to know who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and what you bring to the table. Take time to reflect on your past achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Each one is proof of your capability, a reminder that you've overcome challenges before and can do so again. At the same time, acknowledge your weaknesses without judgment. Believing in yourself doesn't mean pretending to be perfect. It means trusting that you have what it takes to learn, grow, and rise to any occasion. Doubt is the enemy of belief, and it often creeps in through comparison. In the age of social media and constant connectivity, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring yourself against others. You see someone else's success, and suddenly your own progress feels insignificant. But remember, you're not in competition with anyone else. Your journey is unique, and your timing is your own. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Instead of comparing, focus on building yourself up. Celebrate your wins and let them reinforce your confidence. Another way to strengthen self-belief is to take action. Confidence grows through experience, and every step you take toward your goals reinforces your ability to succeed. Start with small, manageable tasks that build momentum. Each time you complete one, you prove to yourself that you're capable. Over time, these small victories add up, creating a sense of empowerment that propels you toward bigger challenges. Waiting to feel confident before you act is a trap. Often, it's the act of doing that creates the confidence you seek. Your mindset is critical in maintaining belief in yourself, especially when facing setbacks. Challenges are inevitable, and they can either shake your belief or strengthen it. The choice is yours. Instead of seeing obstacles as signs of failure, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. When you approach difficulties with a growth mindset, you transform them into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Remind yourself that every successful person has faced setbacks. What sets them apart is their ability to persevere and keep believing in themselves. Surrounding yourself with positivity is another essential part of building self-belief. The people you spend time with can either uplift you or drain you. Choose to be around those who encourage your dreams, who see your potential, and who inspire you to aim higher. Their belief in you can reinforce your own, creating a cycle of confidence and motivation. At the same time, limit your exposure to negativity. Doubters and naysayers will always exist, but their opinions don't define you unless you let them. Protect your energy and focus on environments that nurture your growth. Visualization is a powerful tool for cultivating belief. Take time each day to imagine yourself achieving your goals. Picture the life you want, the person you're becoming, and the accomplishments you'll celebrate. Visualization helps you internalize the idea that success is not just possible, but inevitable. When you see yourself succeeding in your mind, you begin to act in ways that make it a reality. This practice trains your brain to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Believing in yourself also means taking ownership of your choices and actions. It's easy to blame external factors when things don't go as planned, but true belief comes from recognizing that you are in control of your destiny. When you take responsibility for your life, you empower yourself to make changes, to adapt, and to keep moving forward. You stop waiting for circumstances to align perfectly and start creating the opportunities you need. Overcoming self-doubt is a daily practice. Those nagging voices in your head that say you're not good enough or you can't do this will never disappear entirely. But you can choose not to listen to them. Counter those negative thoughts with affirmations that reinforce your belief in yourself. Statements like I am capable, I am resilient, and I am worthy of success may feel awkward at first, but over time they become part of your internal dialogue. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement, just as you would to a friend who needed support. Finally, remember that self-belief is not about arrogance or overconfidence. It's about trusting your ability to figure things out, to rise after a fall, and to keep striving for your dreams. It's about knowing that you are enough just as you are while still striving to grow and improve. Belief in yourself doesn't guarantee an easy journey, but it does ensure that you'll have the strength to keep going no matter what. And in the end, that persistence fueled by belief is what will make 2025 your year. Believing in yourself is the foundation of success. When you trust your abilities, embrace challenges, and stay committed to your vision, you unlock your true potential. With unshakable self-belief, there's no obstacle you cannot overcome, no goal you cannot achieve. Make 2025 the year you rise, thrive, and prove to yourself that you are unstoppable.